For Idaho News 6, I'm senior reporter Don Nelson. With the Trump administration ready to take office next week, many states, including Idaho, are wondering what will take place with illegal immigration. It seems the Idaho House and the Idaho's Sheriff's Association are on the same page. Idaho Representative Jaron Crane of Nampa believes it's time to get serious about illegal immigration in Idaho. On Tuesday, Crane presented legislation in committee which is modeled after a Texas bill that states a first offense of illegal entry into the country would be a misdemeanor. A second offense brings felony charges, which may lead to deportation.
So it's enforceable, it's constitutional, and it's going to be upheld and supported.
Representative Todd Achilles of Boise isn't so sure about that.
However, in reading this bill, I think there's a couple issues that I'd like to address as this comes back to the committee. I mean, number one, this just clearly violates the supremacy clause of the Constitution. Right? Immigration law is federal law, and states don't get to overwrite that. Number two, as I read this, I see a double jeopardy risk. We're criminalizing both illegal entry and reentry.
Crane says it will help local enforcement do their job.
So this will allow law enforcement to go ahead and take fingerprints, do mug shots, do all of the things that we would do to document a person. They will then receive a misdemeanor for that crime. If they were to commit a secondary crime, it would go to a felony and they would face deportation.
Idaho News 6 received a statement from the Idaho Sheriff's Association on their position on what they call the immigration crisis in America. In it reads, in part, more effort should be made to encourage businesses and employers in Idaho and elsewhere to lawfully employ immigrant workers through the e-visa and other established pathways. Failure to do so often encourages illegal immigration and does a disservice to those who have lawfully migrated into the United States. I spent the morning with Hawaii County Sheriff Larry Kendrick, who believes the new Trump administration is focused on what he calls the bad actors.
There's a lot of bad actors in the United States. There's not just people coming over here looking for work. There's a lot of bad actors. And a lot of people have already here committed felonies, and they're still here.
Kendrick is all for local and federal legislation that does just that.
So I'm a strong advocate of if they want to work here, come in legally, right? I doubt the Trump administration is going to start with farmers and, or dairies or anything like that. They're after the bad actors, the ones that are out committing crimes.
The Texas law that Representative Crane talks about is currently being considered in a court of appeals. Idaho News 6 will continue to follow this bill proposal throughout the session. Reporting outside the Idaho State House, I'm senior reporter Don Nelson, Idaho News 6.